Hey guys, happy Monday and welcome to another episode of Unspoiled Territory. Bet you can't guess what we're talking about today. So of course we are talking about fantastic beasts and where to find them. So if you've been hiding under a rock or you're not into Harry Potter, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them follows Newt Scamander, who of course wrote the book in the Harry Potter universe, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. So of course Newt Scamander is a zoologist who has an immense love for all creatures. This movie is all about his journey to New York. Excuse me, may I help you? No. Of course, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, the movie, is all about his journey to New York, and some of his creatures escape from his case where he is keeping them. And hilarity and fun and magic ensues. So of course, as usual, I'm going to have an unspoiled review of the movie, and then if you want to stick around and hear some more thoughts on more in-depth and spoilerish stuff, just stick around. Of course, if you've been in the Harry Potter universe, this was directed by David Yates, who did an amazing job directing the last 4 Harry Potter films. He started with Order of the Phoenix, which is, of course, my favorite book, and I think he did the movie as much justice as was possible with the time allotted for the 800 and some page book. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is also really exciting because it is J.K. Rowling's screenplay writing debut. And oh my goodness, she did such a wonderful job. And I am so excited to hear that she will actually be doing the screenplay for all 5 movies. That's right, this is the first of 4 more to come. And so it's really exciting because she did such a good job with the screenplay, and I'm really excited to see what she does with the other 4 films. So another thing I wanted to talk about is I was so pleasantly surprised at Eddie Redmayne, who plays, excuse me, you're mouthy. I was so pleasantly surprised, and I mean, this is a complete 180 from when I saw the first trailer, but I was so happy with Eddie Redmayne and his performance. From the very first Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them trailer, I was not pleased with the casting of Eddie Redmayne as Newt Scamander. And that is because every movie role I had seen him in, he was horrible. Yes, horrible. And I had people telling me, oh, he's such a wonderful actor, and I'm like, really? Because I have not seen it. But he did a fantastic job as Newt Scamander. I mean, amazing. There's some really emotional moments in the movie, and he just did wonderfully, like, moving your heart wonderful. A really weird thing I found watching this movie. It's all new characters. You have no basis for what this character would think or how they would feel, or that didn't happen in the book. We had no baseline for this movie, and it was kind of jarring but kind of amazing at the same time to watch these characters unfold on screen and you not know, like, oh, she wouldn't say that, or, you know, because with all the original movies, it's like, Hermione would never say that. He did that perfectly, just like Ron in the book. We didn't have that for this movie, and honestly, I found it amazing. It was a whole new Harry Potter experience. Harry Potter universe is not a Harry Potter movie. It's not a sequel. It's not a prequel. It's just an expansion. The characters are all unknown to us, and I think it's really cool to kind of go along on this journey with all these new people that we don't know what to expect from them. Queenie Goldstein, who I made the wand replica of for the Lost Potter projects, and her sister Tina, they were amazing, awesome characters. Jacob, the new nomad or muggle character that they introduced, was great. I really loved the creatures that they showed. Like if you've seen the trailers, of course, you know that they show a Niffler, which is by far probably my favorite part of the whole movie, my favorite creature, and they utilize the Niffler in the best ways possible. Of course, they also, in the trailers, they showed a lot of the Akami, which is a really beautiful creature, really awesome to see. There are so many more creatures they show you in the movie, but I don't want to spoil that for you. It was also really cool to see Makusa, the American, basically, Ministry of Magic, and the American Wizards. It was really cool to see what they came up with for that, since it was a whole new concept they could explore and basically do whatever they wanted with. So needless to say, throughout the entire movie, I was pretty captivated and did not know anything that was going around me. I am a very cold-blooded person, and I cannot stand it if it's below 75 degrees. But apparently, it was so cold in the theater, like my skin was ice cold, and my husband gave me his hoodie. I did not notice. I was a little busy. I was too busy to notice how cold I was. In fact, after the movie, Shayna asked me, did I fall asleep during the movie? And I'm like, this is the first Harry Potter universe movie in almost 7 years. Do you think I noticed if you were sleeping or not? No, I didn't. But other than it being filled with really good actors, writing, for the most part, I will say I have a little bit of a thing with the ending, kind of, but it is a captivating movie, and they are setting up such big things. I mean, they have 4 more films to fill, so obviously they need to set up some pretty big stuff, but the implications of what they could do in the next 4 movies are really exciting for a Harry Potter fan. So, and of course, the next movie we are going to get will be in 2018, and the third one will be in 2020. So yet again, I think I'll probably be looking forward more to Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them 3 in the presidential election. That's pretty much how it went this year too. So, alright, that is it for my unspoiled review of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you go see it. You've had all weekend to go see it. If you haven't yet, I'm sad for you. You need to see it. So guys, stick around if you want to see my spoiled version of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. There are so many things I want to talk about. Where to begin? Alright guys, so let's really talk about Fantastic Beasts. Okay, so the opening, it opened like every other Potter movie. And I'm not gonna lie, when it started, I almost started crying, because it's like the WB logo came up in the music, and all of a sudden it was like I was back in that theater almost 7 years ago watching Deathly Hallows Part 2 for the first time, and it was a really emotional moment, and I was not expecting that at all. And let's talk about the beasts. Like, I was so excited to see the demi-guys, and the Murtlap was okay. I mean, I could take or leave a Murtlap, but the Rumpet, that was amazing. Of course, we got to see Swooping Evil and Frank, which was a Thunderbird. I'm not a Thunderbird, but still, that was exciting, because it was like, that's an Ilvermorny mascot, if you want to call it that. Yeah. So it's like, that's really cool. And just them talking about like Ilvermorny and Hogwarts, like little rivalries, was kind of funny. And of course, in his suitcase, in his little like zoo full of beasts, we got to see a Flooper, which was really cool. I was not expecting that. And the Mooncalves, holy crap. Like, I read the description in the book, but I did not picture them that cute. Oh my god, they were adorable. Like, I want one so bad. And then you got to see a Grindylow. I had to like fangirl freak out for a second when they showed the little Grindylow in the water bubble. Like, oh. So then another thing I wanted to touch on was like the big pensive death chamber. Like, that was creepy. But it's a really cool thing they came up with for the movie, because like I got thinking about it, I'm like, oh yeah, like what if you have to serve out a death penalty? Like, you can't use Avada Kedavra, so what do? You have a giant pensive death potion chamber. Like, crazy creepy, but kind of awesome. Alright, so let's talk about Colin Farrell. Okay, let's back up here. So I had it spoiled for me weeks in advance that Grindelwald was going to be in the movie. Before they announced it was Johnny Depp, just that Grindelwald was going to be in the movie. And I watched the trailer again and I was like, wait a minute. What if throughout the whole movie Colin Farrell is Grindelwald and like no one finds out until the end of the movie, or they don't even find out at the end of the movie. Maybe they find out in a sequel. But I didn't expect, like, I thought it was just Graves was Grindelwald just under a false name. So when it was announced that Johnny Depp was Grindelwald, I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess I was wrong about Colin Farrell. Whatever. But then in the movie, in the alley, when he hands Credence, he puts that necklace around his neck, had a little mini stroke for a second, and like neither Shayna or Matt noticed what he put around his neck. And I started like freaking out. And like I told Matt, he put the Deathly Hallows symbol around his neck. And he's like, well, what is the importance of that? And I'm like, well, I'm not going to tell you because I don't want to ruin it for you. And so when he did that, I was like, okay, well, maybe Graves works for Grindelwald. He's like a servant of Grindelwald. You know, that makes sense. Yeah. So like at the end, when he actually turned into Johnny Depp or Grindelwald, I was like, oh my God, I'm so smart. So yeah, no, that was exciting. Kind of. I don't know how I feel about Johnny Depp as Grindelwald. I don't know. But I was wrong about Eddie Redmayne, so we're gonna give this a chance. So maybe he'll do a great job. It's just in the recent years, Johnny Depp has just really let me down so many times. Hopefully he does a great job as Grindelwald and they write him really well. I have definitely got faith in the writers and David Yates, so hopefully that'll be good. Of course, then we have to talk about Obscurus or Obscurial. So this is a creature, not really creature, that was not in the book of Fantastic Beasts. And so it was all new to me. It was a pretty cool concept. I'm pretty sure, and I don't know if they're even going to come back to it, if they're even going to like confirm this theory. And I'm not alone, I'm not the only one that thought about it too. My friend Val in New York caught on to it too. I'm pretty sure that they are insinuating that Dumbledore's sister Ariana was an Obscurial, or had an Obscurial. However that works. Because it's like Dumbledore's sister was mentally unstable, mentally not challenged, but and sometimes she would have these outbursts of magic, but her mother kind of treated her like crap, and you know, she kind of beat down Ariana and kept her from doing magic. And so I'm pretty sure they're hinting at the thing that killed her was an Obscurial. Obscurus. I'm still not sure how the verbiage works on that, but I'm pretty sure that that's what they're hinting at, if they're not going to go bigger with that. So lastly, I just want to talk about the ending. So I was not a huge fan of like the whole mass obliviate. I don't know, it just seemed kind of, I wouldn't say it seemed convenient, but it was like, okay, but how does it work on everyone? How far does it take their memories back? He said in the movie something about it only taking away bad memories, but that didn't really make sense either, especially with Jake, because I don't think he really had too many bad memories with Newt and all of them. So I don't know. I don't know. I think it could have been dealt with or delivered in a better way. But that's like really the only complaint I have about Fantastic Beasts, so not too bad. Alright guys, thank you for joining me for this Unspoiled territory. I really love the movie. I want you guys to let me know what you thought in the comments. If you're going to leave spoilers, make sure you mark them. Or you can send me a tweet on Twitter at Tonks1989. You can Instagram me at PotterProjects1989. You can find me on Snapchat. Snapchat me your thoughts on the movie, or, you know, stuff like that, your favorite creature maybe, at Tonks1989 also. Alright, thank you guys for watching. I love you, and I will see you later.